How do you like it? I'm a novice at this. I make a few mistakes.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
I don't know.
New Japan Pro Wrestling, it will be represented at AEW's Forbidden Door in London, England. Let's really talk quick about that. So we have Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne.
Who do you think's gonna win that one?
I think Copeland and Cage will win. I think that they need this win to set up a potential title shot at All Out in Toronto. I think that's what the end goal is for them at this point. Whether they win or not, I don't know. But I think that they want to have FTR with the championships, which could happen. And then Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. I think that should be the end goal.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious. It's almost why I shot it back to you. I'm like, who do you think's gonna win? Like, you're gonna be like, Kip Sabian. I'm like, oh, okay, let's have a discussion. I think it's pretty obvious who the winners are gonna be. But this is gonna be fun. You know, we're good old Canadian boys. I love me some Christian Cage and some Copeland. Okay, so quick update here, opinion update. Well, I mean, I guess my opinion hasn't changed. I still think Cope and Christian are gonna win. But Luchasaurus, Killswitch coming into this match. Pretty cool little quick vignette they showed of him like sitting up at the table, which is like pretty meta since he was very, very sick, had lung issues. When he sat up on the table, he had a thing over his mouth, like a respirator type thing, you know, all covered in slime and grease. But very glad to see Killswitch coming back here. I don't think this was designed to be here. Obviously, Nick Wayne hurting himself. Great that he's recovered enough that they can slide him into this match. But I think this was probably for either at the end of this match or later after Cope and Christian won the titles, like some way of saying like we've got it, you know, he's back, and then they get Kip and him or Nick Wayne and Killswitch would get a shot at the tag titles, and who knows what's going on. But I don't think this is going to be a big comeback victory for Killswitch. But yeah, should be a fun match, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Hangman Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW Championship. I don't want them to take the belt from Adam Page just yet.
Yeah, it would seem weird if they did, but you know, they love to keep fans on their toes. This is a moment-to-moment company. I mean, if you listen to what we spoke about last week, you know, Tony Khan's changing the music for wrestlers between entrance and exit because of fan reaction. Like, they might decide to do something. They might change it. That is kind of one of the things I like about AEW is I never really... Sometimes you think you know what's going to happen, and then it happens. You're like, oh, yeah, sometimes things seem obvious, but I never really am sure. With WWE, I kind of feel like I'm sure a lot of the times. Yep. But with AEW, I'm never quite sure. So that's what keeps me interested. I might not watch week to week, but I always tune in to see what's going to happen because AEW does pay-per-views right. As long as you have, 5 days to spend watching it.
Exactly. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I think this match is going to be great, but I do not see Zack Sabre losing the title.
I think it's pretty obvious that Zack's going to win, but would it be great if McGuinness won? I mean, think about what happened with like Takeshita and Yota Tsuji and everything. You could have McGuinness win and then somebody else take the title from him, and then I don't know. You could do some weird stuff. Like I was saying, it's unpredictable. Like go into your comic book writer world, your Elseworlds, comic box, and pull out the one where Nigel McGuinness wins. And freaking now you've got like you got a 5-man match at Wrestle Kingdom with Takeshita and Sabre and Yota Tsuji and Goto and Nigel McGuinness and maybe some other nonsense crazy person. 6 people. Let's get 6 people in there for the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd comes back from his injury. Oh, he's insane. Been following Kidd for a while, and he's so different than when he started wrestling. It's right? Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. But obviously that's not going to happen. Zack Sabre's going to do his thing. World of Sport. Wrap him up. It'll be a great match, though. It's going to be awesome.
AEW TNT Championship, Hiromu Takahashi versus Kyle Fletcher, your champion.
I don't know. It's the most bounced around title in wrestling. Put it on Hiromu, and then have him lose it 2 weeks later. That's what they do with this belt, right? Go for it.
Booked it. All right, 4-way match for the AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor versus Persephone from CMLL versus someone to be determined from Stardom. I don't see Mercedes losing this title.
If it was for one of the other titles, maybe.
Yes.
But also, once again, Let's pull out your Elseworlds box so one of them wins it. And then she's like, all right, well, I'll put my CMML or my Stardom title on the line against you to get a shot at my TBS title back at the next Stardom show or CMML show. And then she wins it back. Like, who knows what could happen in the future? There's a lot going on I feel like promotions are getting more comfortable with having their champions cross over and like work with each other. Like we might be in for a really fun decade ahead here. And stuff like what I'm proposing here, just for fun, just to be devil's advocate, is like, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Timeless Toni Storm, your champion, versus Athena for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Okay, who do you want to win?
Who do I want to win? Athena.
Yeah, not think. Yeah, okay. Think will win? Exactly. You want Athena to win. We think Tony's going to win. Is there anything else to say? Like, it's peanut butter and jelly. Put the pieces together. Let's eat the sandwich. If anybody has anything to say, please tell me, because I don't know what else to say about this.
Boom. I love it, because I didn't know what else to say, to be honest. All right. For the AEW Unified Championship, your champion, Okada, versus Swerve Strickland.
Is it crazy to say Swerve?
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
Is this a repeat of the last question? Who do you want to win, Swerve? Who do you think's going to win, Okada?
Nope.
Like, cheat to win. Like, if this was anything other than AEW, I might say, oh, cheat to win, rematch, oh, rubber match in a cage. Like, they might actually book like how promoters book. But they don't do that in AEW, so it's probably Strickland to win after like a 40-minute match where they both pierce each other's fucking eyeballs with stakes.
It's true though. It's absolutely.
Oh wait, this is Okada. This is American Okada. So no, he'll take a few bumps and only Swerve will bleed.
Yep.
Okay, opinion update once again. I think Swerve is not going to come out with his title at all. The injury that's been announced, I don't know if it's been announced, but in the dirt sheets, seems like he's injured, and it seems like the kind of injury that should require surgery. I mean, you can tear a bicep or a muscle. I mean, we've seen with Cody and other people. I know friends that have torn their tricep or their bicep. In fact, Tanahashi did rehab on a torn bicep, never got surgery, and just kept on wrestling, which is part of his issues with his knees and other things. He used to avoid surgery a lot. It would just rehab, which you can do sometimes with injuries, and that's why he's so broken down so fast at such an early age. But he couldn't take time off for these surgeries. He had to be there for the company. He's a company man, and now he's the president. But I think that Swerve is going to not win this title. They might use Okada to give him an injury for a storyline, and then he can be gone for months and months and then come back and win the title from Okada. Even if it's like 8 months to a year, I can see Okada holding on to this title exponentially until Swerve comes back from whatever injury. But I don't think it's going to happen. Okada going over here, man, by hook or by crook.
All right, then we have for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, the Hurt Syndicate, your champions, versus the Eliminator Tournament winners, which I believe will be FTR, and I believe, and I think, and I want FTR to win the titles just to set up that match with Copeland and Cage at All Out.
Sure, but I don't know. Do I want to see FTR against Copeland and Cage? Yeah, I guess so. I feel like that's so 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, baby. Now I'm kind of like, all right, just get over it.
Right. I kind of feel the same. Like FTR's lost so much aura, I think. I don't know.
It's the same thing like what I was saying with Tony Khan last week. These guys are online too much. That's why the aura's gone. I should not have this much access to what Dax Harwood thinks. Like, shut the fuck up and wrestle.
Boom.
There's a freaking t-shirt for you. But anyways, I feel the same way as I feel in the last two matches. Who do I want to win? Who is going to win? I want the Hurt Syndicate to win. Hurt Business. Screw it. I'll say I want the Hurt Business to win. I want the Beatdown Clan to win. I want these guys to win, but they ain't gonna. Okay, opinion update here for this tag match. As we know now, BroDidio is in this match, Brody King and Bandito, and I actually think they might come out with the title. Like, if they don't want to have the tag titles go on to Copeland and Cage or FTR, and they can just have that match without gold on the line. And since BroDidio has had such fan support and a swell of fan support, I mean, Tony Khan he's shat the bed before, not putting the title on Swerve in Our Glory back in the day when it was like they should have won on that one event, and then they ended up winning on the next one. And then I think soon after something else happened very similar, and not quite pulling the trigger with the Outrunners, even though I don't think they were quite ready for prime time. But there's been other times in the past, like pulling the trigger on guys. And Tony Khan eventually does. He realizes the error of his ways, but I think he was gun shy to do it against his original plans. He's like, oh man, should I make a call on the fly here? And he's like, no. Now I think he's experienced enough to know he should. He's gone through a lot in the last 5-6 years. Being a wrestling promoter is not easy. There's a massive learning curve. Everybody thinks that there isn't, but there is. And sometimes when you realize things, you're like, man, that was so obvious. Why was I such a mark for myself and my ideas? It's a blind spot I think everybody has. And even those who don't think they have it and think they've overcome it still deal with it. I mean, look at Triple H in WWE sometimes. It's like you just smack your head. You think of it from the corporate point of view, the sponsor point of view, shareholder point of view, fan point of view, booker point of view, old school wrestler point of view, Triple H point of view, McMahon point of view. You look at all of these points of view, and then sometimes you're just like, I still don't understand. I've got 8 different points of view here, and none of them make sense to me, and they all think differently than me. And I'm like, oh my God. But anyways, I think it would be cool for sure, since we're going to be talking about what do we think is going to happen versus what we want to happen later on in this broadcast here, in this little podcast. I think BroDidio, that'd be fun. At least that's what I would like. Anyways, opinion update over.
Agreed. All right. Lights out steel cage match, which I believe would have been a War Games match, but they can't get the cage over the pond. You have Kenny Omega and Ibushi, along with Darby Allin and Tanahashi and Will Ospreay versus the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Jon Moxley, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd. Here's the thing. I'm afraid for Gabe Kidd. I'm afraid for a lot of people in this match. Darby Allin, we all know how Darby Allin is. Kenny Omega's guts are half out of his body. Kota Ibushi's ankles are destroyed. Tanahashi's knees are done. Will Ospreay's neck is ready to give out. I'm afraid for everybody in this match.
Dude, Tanahashi is in this match? What the hell? This match is going to be... I want to see matches with all these people. Do I want to see this match with all these people? I don't know. It's going to be insane. I keep thinking, can I remember the chaos? I can remember some spots from all the, past ones. I mean, if they feel like they need to do it every single year, then do it. That's the problem with having these things scheduled a year ahead of time in the month. Hey, it's August and we do that crazy thing. Is you can start to see and smell the pieces being put in place on the chessboard as we approach. And sometimes it's forced, and you're like, well, they need 5 people, so what are they going to do? Well, they'll probably have this guy come and save the day, and then they'll be begrudgingly be partners. I think it's all weird, but it'll be awesome. And they have to end the night with it because, what else can you do after this? So there you go. But does it take away from Paige and MJF?
Absolutely,
big time, man.
And this is the issue with AEW sometimes, where the world title just doesn't feel like the main attraction. And yet again, it's Adam Page is getting that treatment. But it is what it is, I guess. Look, I'm really looking forward to this show. I really am. I think the matches will be hot, but it's kind of following the same issues that many Forbidden Doors have, where it kind of feels shoehorned in, out of canon. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't really realize what I was saying before, but yeah, they haven't really done this kind of a main event, this cage match thing, it's a blood and guts. They haven't done that on Forbidden Door before, so maybe it is weird that I was saying, if you're going to do it at the same time every year. So, do they always do it this month? I have trouble keeping track of AEW's schedule.
It's sometime in the summer. It's always sometime in the summer.
I don't know. Why do we not care about this match? We should care, right?
We should.
It's wow, look at all these great people, and Tanahashi in the ring, and oh my God, Ibushi, is he back? Oh my God,
I think it's the addition of the Death Riders. I just feel like there's just a lot going on. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something missing with how I've been feeling about that match. But
you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe it's the fact that the Death Riders is all blood and guts all the time and all nonsense. And it's almost like they do what the Horsemen used to do, but it doesn't matter. The Horsemen used to lose and then come out the next night and be like, we didn't lose. What are you talking about? And they would pretend it didn't happen, and they would be untouchable and start talking their shit again about their watches and their women and their beach days. And I feel like the Death Riders lose, and I don't know, it feels like they're kind of sulky or they're weird. I want my rematch. It's not the same kind of comeback. They've lost. There is no aura to this group.
Exactly.
I want to go back in time to Moxley coming out and looking at Shivani and saying, this is not your company anymore. And then be like, okay, what's going to happen? We're still waiting for something to happen. Why are you doing this? What does it all mean? And that's why we don't care, because we should care. Look at this match. Look at what they're giving us. If this was 2015, we would be like, what is going on?
We'd be salivating.
Our brains would explode, except we'd be like, who the fuck is Gabe Kidd? I mean, wait, the guy, the internet champion from that World Culture shit? Wow, That's interesting. I don't even think that was 2015, maybe. But you get my point. I don't know. There's something wrong. There's something wrong, right? So it's all so great, but there's something wrong. So if they can figure out what's wrong and change it, man, AEW would be unstoppable. But something's wrong.
Absolutely.